Choice Hotels is fresh off a quarter where more of its rooms at the likes of Comfort Inn and Econo Lodge were occupied, and at higher rates no less. Here to discuss the quarter in industry is Choice Hotels President and CEO Steve Joyce. Thanks for coming down again. Appreciate it.
Thanks for inviting me. Always glad to be here.
Well, you had a pretty good second quarter. Room
really
rates,
strong.
The occupancy, but you made some interesting comments on the earnings call about GDP and the economy. What are you seeing in your business?
Well, you know, at the beginning of the year, there were a lot of people calling for a relatively robust GDP, particularly building towards the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And during the first quarter, and we talked about it shortly thereafter, my sense was I don't feel this groundswell building. And you know, now what you're finding is that actually people are starting to say, well, maybe not, and maybe instead of 2.7, 2.8, it's going to be more like 2.2, which at this point I think is probably doable. But that 50 bips makes a big difference in terms of people spending. The consumer numbers just came out. Spending is pretty lackluster. Interesting enough, hotel business is holding up really well. Not only did we have a great quarter, we actually did better than we thought we were going to do. And we're still incredibly bullish for the next 2 to 3 years.
You know, Comfort brand, you know, you look at the new domestic, the building, the construction, up 44% in Comfort. Is there anything, I guess, the franchisees are seeing? What's making them so excited to get in that brand?
Well,
I know you're redoing it.
There's two things that have happened. One is we've re-imaged that brand. So that's an iconic brand that's been around a long time. Probably waited a little too long to re-image. Old designs probably had a little bit more of your grandmother's look than we wanted. And so we updated it with this incredible new design by best design firm in the country. And we went back and we deleted a lot of comforts that no longer fit what we were looking for. Designed a new prototype. The hotels that went back, we incented hotels to renovate in a hurry. The hotels that did that not only got incredible strong REVPAR performance, so the 7 or 8% that we've been talking about, they got another 10% on top of that. So literally their REVPAR increases were close to 20%. And so people took notice, the developers took notice, financing is back, so they're building them now in big numbers. We're seeing 40, 50, 60% increases in individual markets.
Well, you've been around this industry for a long time. No offense.
Long time.
On industry consolidation, you know, do you think the Starwood, all these other companies, are we looking at a wave of consolidation in this industry to compete, let's say, against an Airbnb?
Well, I think you are looking at consolidation. I don't think it's because of Airbnb. I think Airbnb is an interesting new development, and I think you'll probably see the other major hotel companies start to look at that space as well, maybe a little differently, but they've done some things that are worth taking note of, and we are looking at it. We're doing some things that are somewhat in that vein. And so, but I do think you're going to see some consolidation. And the reason being is, you know, the hotel business, there's really 5 big companies, and no one's a seller, everybody's a buyer. Yeah. So when a Starwood comes out, there's a lot of interest and notice. There could be a strategic buyer that's one of the big players. It also could be private equity, like when Blackstone bought Hilton. There is a sense, though, that the industry is going to continue to consolidate and the bigger hotel companies are going to get bigger. And the reason for that is the environment is so fraught with peril, given all of the non-traditional competitors that have come in, Airbnb, Amazon's coming into the space, okay? We look at Google all the time and go, are they going to be as friendly as they've always been, or are they going to start looking at what we've got? And so when you look at that environment, one thing that is hard to replicate is scale.
Let the record show, I'm not renting somebody else's smelly bedroom. I'm staying in a hotel. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Great to see you again.